This is Trailblazer Postgame, presented by Johnson Pediatrics.
And welcome back to College Park Center here in Arlington, Texas. It's the final. Utah Tech losing to the Mavericks 89-78. Rod Zundel here for the Johnson Pediatric postgame show. Glad to have you aboard. Trailblazers got off to a great start in this one. They led by as many as 13 in the first half, but they couldn't hang on. The Mavericks, they've had won 5 of the last 7, now 6 of their last 8. And those 2 losses in the last 8 games combined 3 points. So they've been playing some of the best basketball of anybody in the Western Athletic Conference, and you kind of got a glimpse of that here this afternoon as they came storming back, tied it up at 34 at the half, and then in the second half they pulled away. Trailblazers just couldn't hang on. Eric Demings coming in, homecoming for him. He grew up about 20 minutes away from this arena. He tied his career high with 19 points, 7 of 11 from the floor, 3 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 free throws. He had 2 rebounds. He had 2 assists. The only blemish, 8 turnovers. But we're going to give Eric, in his return home, we're going to give him the Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game. Hearst Ace Hardware. Find a variety of products and prices that please in the heart of St. George and Cedar City. Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game goes to Eric Deming. So if he could have cut down on the turnovers, that would have helped out. But everybody had their share in that category. Utah Tech turned it over. Let's see. Let me look at the turnovers here. Utah Tech turned it over 20 times, and that resulted into 25 turnover or points for the Mavericks. Utah Tech only got 12 points off of 15 turnovers. There's a difference of 13, and the Trailblazers lose by 11. That kind of tells you everything we need to know. Now they're turning off the lights. Hopefully you can still see us here. Still waiting for head coach John Judkins to come out. So Eric Demings, the Hearst Ace Hardware Player of the Game. Now we've got to come up with our Appliance Wholesaler Plus Playmaker of the Game. And I'm going to have to give that to, well, Noah was in the running for that early. Jalen Searles. Going to have to give it to Jalen. 6 of 12 from the floor shooting, 2 from beyond the arc. He had 14 points, 3 turnovers, or 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. So Jalen Searles is our Appliance Wholesaler Plus Playmaker of the Game. Shop local and see the local boys at AWP, the playmakers in the appliance business across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. So Searles had 14 points. Beon Riley, 13 points after missing last game, 2 for 5 from the floor, 9 of 10 from the foul line. He also had 6 rebounds for Beon Riley. Noah Gonzalez, again, he scored 9 of the first 11 for the Trailblazers, had 11 points in the first half, but they locked him down. He didn't have any points in the second half. He finished the game 3 of 10, 3 of 8 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, assist, and a steal for Noah Gonzalez. Scoreless, though, in the second half. Let's see. Tanner Christensen, 2 for 3 from the floor, 5 for 7 from the foul line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for Tanner. I think he only attempted 1 shot in the first half. So, but a big story here, turnovers. 20 turnovers on Utah Tech led to 25 points for the Mavericks, and the Trailblazers lose by 11. So next up, they got Tarleton State on Thursday at Burns Arena. 7 o'clock tip, 6:45 pregame on the Trailblazer Sports Vision and the Fan Sports Radio Network. And then coming up after that will be, after Tarleton, Abilene Christian on Saturday. And Abilene Christian and Utah Tech, they began the day tied in that 8th spot in the WAC standings, but Abilene Christian had the 8th spot secured by the WAC resume seating. So big week coming up for the Trailblazers. They got to get it done at home. It's going to be a tough task, too. A couple good teams coming in. All right, we're going to take a break here on Trailblazer Sports Vision. When we come back, hopefully head coach John Judkins will join us. Once again, Trailblazers come up short here, 89-78 to University of Texas at Arlington. Hopefully back with Coach Judkins after this.
He's on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10.
You wouldn't want an incomplete football game. So why use a website with incomplete listings of Southern Utah properties? SouthernUtahRealestate.com is the most complete, most accurate, and most comprehensive property search in Washington County. Because we're not focused on everything, just on the part that we like the best. Find your Southern Utah home at SouthernUtahRealestate.com.
Finley Hyundai, committed to high-quality service and sales for local drivers. Stress-free car buying guaranteed.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
All right, welcome back inside College Park Center here in Arlington, Texas. The final here, 89-78, Utah Tech coming up on the short end of the stick by 11 points. The Johnson Pediatric postgame show. Rod Zundel now joined by the head coach of the Trailblazers, John Judkins. And, Coach, you mentioned it when you sat down here. What was that?
Same old stuff.
Yeah, the thing that you had taken care of the last 3 or 4 games kind of came back and bit you again.
Yeah, and it's sad because, I mean, Eric wanted to play so bad in front of his crowd, and like I told you earlier, sometimes it's a good thing and a bad thing, and tonight he tried to do it by himself, and I thought he had a good game shooting the ball, but he has 8 turnovers out of our 20. Yep. That just can't happen at a point guard spot. So sometimes you gotta swallow your pride and say, you know what, we want to win, we're gonna win, and our guard line tonight wasn't very good, and then giving them 25 points off those turnovers, Rod. I mean, if you're gonna have turnovers, we get that, but they can't lead to points. You lose by 11, but you just gave up 25 because of turnovers, and then we fouled again too much. They shot 40 foul shots, and we shoot 28. So there's another one that hurts us. I was really happy with our rebounding, Rob. That was one thing that we really hit was, hey, we got to keep them off the glass. We out-rebounded them. They only had 6 offensive boards. It's hard to get rebounds when you're shooting foul shots. I get that. But we did some things that way. They made their run by getting turnovers and then by pushing the ball up the court, which we told them would happen. Yeah. And, they're good. I said they're a good team. They're good here, too, and played one of their better. And Noah came out on fire. And I go, here we go. And then all of a sudden, where did he disappear to? I don't think they did anything different, but I think we stopped looking for Noah. Where the first half we were looking for him and we got him shots, and then second half he had 1 shot, and then Tanner has no shots the first half, and then we got to get those guys the ball. They're our most active and most consistent scoring, and again, I get it. We want to win and we want to play good in front of our fans and our family and all that, but you gotta do the team stuff.
And Arlington, they're probably playing as well as anybody in the conference. They've won now 6 of
their
last 8, and their only 2 losses in the last 8 games have been by a combined total of 3 points.
Yeah, their guards are really good. Yeah. Their guards are quick, and they really go one-on-one. And we talked about you can't leave guys on islands. You can't deny guys and leave a point guard or a guy by himself one-on-one and let them go. They're that good. You got to get in the gaps. You got to pack it in and make them. But then they start hitting threes. We fouled 2 3-point shots that killed us. Late in the shot clock, which you can't do. You can't foul 3-point shooters. But they're so good at driving. We had to get in those gaps a little bit more than we wanted to. And so it opened up the 3 ball, for them that way. But, tough one. I thought, we came out ready. I thought the first 8-9 minutes of the game, everything was working, our game plan. We had a mix-up right before half where we didn't switch when we were supposed to and gave up a layup. And again, it's just guys that haven't seen a lot of time, but those are things you can't have happen. I mean, you're going to make mistakes, but not when you know the play, you went through it, you know how you're going to guard it, and then you have a guy fall asleep. And it didn't, like I said, that didn't change it. But again, going in tied at half instead of being up 2 or going in up 5 at half makes a big difference of the momentum.
All right, so you got your final 2 home games coming up next week, Thursday against Tarleton, the number 2 team in the conference. Then you got Abilene Christian, so you're kind of in a precarious position. You started today basically tied with Abilene Christian for the 8th spot. They have a little bump ahead of you with the resume seating.
Yeah.
So, it's really, you've said it before, but really this week is now or never.
Yeah, I mean, it's been that way for the last 3 or 4 games, and now we got 4 left that we gotta win for us to get in the tournament. We have to win. So being up at home, we got to get people there. We got to get after it. Tarleton's played really. They just beat Grand Canyon on Thursday, and so they're going to be hot and heavy. We just got to be ready to go and just got to take care of our home court, and then hopefully get one on the road. Ending the season.
Okay. Remember the John Judkins Coaches Show Tuesday night, 6 o'clock here on The Fan and also on Trailblazer Sports Vision. 7 o'clock tip-off time Thursday in the Birds Arena against Tarleton State, 6:45 pregame. And then we do it again Saturday night, 7 o'clock against Abilene Christian. So, Coach, thank you. And let's have a safe trip back and get ready for the final 2 home games of the regular season next week. Big thanks to Paul Ratliff back in the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Thanks you for watching and listening. Once again, the final here in Arlington, Texas. The Mavericks of UT Arlington, 89, and Utah Tech, 78. Have a great night, everybody. See ya.